Welcome to Star Bios. I'm your host, Casey Gold. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating life of Leonard Cohen, a renowned Canadian singer, songwriter, poet, and novelist. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Cohen has left an indelible mark on the world of music and literature. From his poetic beginnings to his iconic songs like Suzanne and Hallelujah, Cohen's unique voice and perspective have captivated audiences around the globe. Leonard Norman Cohen was born on September 21, 1934, in Westmount, Quebec, Canada, to a middle-class Jewish family. His father, Nathan Cohen, was a successful clothing merchant, and his mother, Masha Klonitsky Cohen, was a nurse. The Cohens were a close-knit family with a strong emphasis on education and cultural heritage. Leonard's childhood home, located at 599 Belmont Avenue in Westmount, was filled with books, music, and lively discussions about politics, literature, and philosophy. Growing up in the predominantly English-speaking neighborhood of Westmount, Cohen was exposed to both Jewish and Christian traditions. His family attended synagogue regularly, and he studied Hebrew and the Talmud at the local yeshiva. However, he also attended Westmount High School, where he developed a passion for literature and poetry. The school's emphasis on classical education and its proximity to McGill University, one of Canada's most prestigious institutions, would later influence Cohen's academic pursuits. Cohen's early life was marked by significant historical events that shaped his perspective on the world. He grew up during World War II, when Montreal was a major hub for Canadian war efforts. He remembered the sound of air raid sirens, the rationing of food and fuel, and the sense of uncertainty that hung over the city like a cloud. These experiences would later inform his writing, as he grappled with themes of war, peace, and social justice in his poetry and songs. The Cohen family's cultural heritage played a significant role in shaping Leonard's early interests and values. His paternal grandfather, Leonard Cohen, was a prominent figure in Montreal's Jewish community, who had immigrated to Canada from Poland in the late 19th century. Leonard Cohen was a successful businessman and a dedicated philanthropist who supported various Jewish organizations and charities. This legacy of social responsibility and community involvement would later influence Leonard's own commitment to social justice and activism. As a young man, Cohen developed a strong interest in music, particularly jazz and folk. He attended concerts by local musicians like Oscar Peterson and Maynard Ferguson at the Montreal Jazz Club, where he was exposed to the city's vibrant musical scene. He also began writing his own poetry and stories, often drawing inspiration from the works of William Shakespeare, W.B. Yeats, and other literary giants. Cohen's family encouraged his creative pursuits, providing him with a supportive environment that fostered his growth as an artist. His father, Nathan, was a kind and gentle man who recognized Leonard's talent and encouraged him to pursue his passions. His mother, Masha, was a strong and independent woman who instilled in her son a sense of social justice and compassion. As Cohen entered adulthood, he began to pursue his passion for writing and music in earnest. He attended McGill University, where he studied literature and philosophy, and became involved in the city's vibrant literary scene. He met other like-minded writers and musicians, including poets like Irving Layton and novelists like Hugh MacLennan, who shared his love of words and ideas. As we explore the early life of Leonard Cohen, it's clear that his upbringing, education, and cultural surroundings all played a significant role in shaping his artistic vision. From the poetic traditions of his Jewish heritage to the folk music scene of 1950s Montreal, Cohen's influences were diverse and eclectic, laying the groundwork for a career that would span multiple genres and artistic mediums. The 1960s were a pivotal decade for Cohen, marked by the publication of his debut novel, The Favorite Game, in 1963. This semi-autobiographical work explored themes of identity, morality, and the search for meaning, all of which would become hallmarks of Cohen's writing style. The novel received critical acclaim, establishing Cohen as a rising star in Canadian literature. Around the same time, Cohen began to develop his skills as a songwriter and musician. He drew inspiration from folk music legends like Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan, as well as the poetry of W.B. Yeats and Federico Garcia Lorca. In 1967, he released his debut album, Songs of Leonard Cohen, which featured classic tracks like Suzanne and So Long, Marianne. The album's sparse, introspective sound and Cohen's poetic lyrics resonated with listeners worldwide, cementing his reputation as a unique and innovative artist. The late 1960s and early 1970s saw Cohen release a string of critically acclaimed albums, including Songs from a Room and Songs of Love and Hate. These works showcased Cohen's growing confidence as a songwriter and his ability to craft songs that were both deeply personal and universally relatable. Tracks like Bird on the Wire and Famous Blue Raincoat demonstrated Cohen's mastery of language and his capacity to evoke powerful emotions through his music. Cohen's live performances during this period were also legendary, featuring his signature deadpan delivery and poetic introductions to his songs. His 1970 performance at the Isle of Wight Festival, where he calmed a rowdy crowd with his soothing voice and thoughtful words, has become the stuff of legend. As Cohen's fame grew, so did his interest in spirituality and philosophy. He began to explore Eastern religions, particularly Buddhism, and incorporated elements of mysticism and symbolism into his work. This is evident in songs like Sisters of Mercy and Dress Rehearsal Rag, which feature imagery and themes drawn from Cohen's spiritual explorations. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Cohen continued to release innovative and influential albums, including New Skin for the Old Ceremony and I'm Your Man. He also published several collections of poetry, such as The Energy of Slaves and Book of Mercy, which further showcased his literary talents. As we explore the remarkable achievements of Leonard Cohen, it's clear that his unique blend of literature, music, and spirituality has left an indelible mark on our cultural landscape. From his debut novel to his iconic songs, Cohen's work continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. In the 1990s and 2000s, Cohen continued to release innovative and influential albums, including The Future and 10 New Songs. White Eyed Gil. He also published several collections of poetry, such as Stranger Music and Book of Longing, which further showcased his literary talents. These works demonstrated Cohen's continued exploration of themes such as love, spirituality, and social justice, and featured his signature poetic language and introspective style. One of the most significant events in Cohen's later career was his decision to become a Buddhist monk. In 1994, he began studying with Zen master Kyozen Joshu Sasaki Roshi at the Mount Baldy Zen Center in California, and eventually took on the Dharma name Jikan, which means ordinary silence. This period of intense spiritual study had a profound impact on Cohen's life and work, and is reflected in songs like In My Secret Life and 1,000 Kisses Deep. Cohen's live performances during this period were also highly acclaimed. His 2008-2010 World Tour, which featured a band that included musicians such as Roscoe Beck and Neil Larson, was particularly notable for its energy and intimacy. The tour included performances at iconic venues like the Hollywood Bowl and Madison Square Garden, and featured Cohen's signature, deadpan delivery and poetic introductions to his songs. In 2016, Cohen released his final album, You Want It Darker, which was produced by his son Adam Cohen. The album features classic tracks like Steer Your Way and Traveling Light, and showcases Cohen's continued mastery of language and his capacity to evoke powerful emotions through his music. The album was widely acclaimed by critics, with many noting that it was a fitting conclusion to Cohen's remarkable career. Leonard Cohen passed away on November 7, 2016, at the age of 82, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most beloved and respected artists of our time. His unique blend of literature, music, and spirituality continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world, and his work remains a powerful reminder of the importance of creativity, introspection, and social justice. As we reflect on Cohen's remarkable life and career, It's clear that his legacy will continue to endure for generations to come. As he once sang, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. For Cohen, that light was the spark of creativity and inspiration that drove him to produce some of the most innovative and influential work of our time. And as we remember his life and career, we are reminded of the power of art to transform and uplift us, and to bring us closer to the truth and beauty that lies at the heart of human experience. In the words of Cohen himself, "If you don't become the ocean, you'll be seasick every day." For those of us who have been inspired by his work, it's clear that he will always be a source of guidance and inspiration, urging us to explore the depths of our own creativity and spirituality, and to never stop seeking the truth and beauty that lies within. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.